Hey, this is Doc. Everybody calls me Doc. Jim Logan, Logan Racing. We've been doing this for a while. United States Auto Club, Silver Crown Division. We moved into Indy cars back in the early days of the IRL. That was in 2000 that Logan Racing IRL team was formed. We ran that season. Since then, we've been just kind of cruising through the racing world, working with some of the other teams every now and then, and doing some Silver Crown once in a while. And the most recent thing that had actually rekindled my interest in racing was when I met with a really cool guy. His name is Mike Lashmet. Mike started the Vintage Indy, and we met in St. Louis a while back at one of the St. Louis auto shows. And when we started talking, I realized that Mike knew as much about my racing history as he did, actually more than I could remember. We talked about getting involved with the Vintage Indy Registry, since I still had my 99 Delara that I ran in 2000 at the IndyCar Series. Actually, it was the IRL, and we started our team at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. However, we weren't able to qualify and run that race, so we started the next race at Texas. This was in 2000. That was the genesis of the IndyCar Series that we were able to function in with the Delara IndyCar. And speaking of Delara, actually, I found out that my tub, my chassis, the car that I actually own, that I'm putting a small block Chevy in now so we can participate in the Vintage Indy program. That car was the very first Delara Indy car to win a race. As a matter of fact, it was the first IRL spec Indy car in history to win a race. So with this year, 2022, being the 50th anniversary of the company, the Delara company, which is in Italy, I have a connection with that history by having the first IRL car produced by that company. So that car is a very special car. It has the distinction of being the first IRL spec car to win a race, Phoenix International Raceway, with Jim Guthrie driving the car. It also is the first Delara IRL car, first Delara car in history to win an IndyCar race, and it's the first IndyCar owned by the first sole IndyCar team owner, African American. And that history will be on the books forever. It will never be changed. Therefore, that car, my car, is a very, very historic and historically special race car. The bottom line is, in order to put this team on the track and do what we need to do, we need funding. We can get that funding in form of sponsorships, in form of angels, in form of people who see the value of what we need to do, because at this point in time, with there not having been an African-American owned IndyCar team going back to the beginning in 1911, at this point in history, it's time that we do that. We need to allow opportunities for minorities, African-Americans, females to get involved with the racing industry. There's a lot more to racing than just the cars, the racetracks, and the drivers. So our team is in a position to do that. We are the only African American owned team in history, so therefore we are the ones to be able to do that. And we need the funding, we need the support, we need the moral support, we need corporate support and social support to get this done, because once this team gets back on the track, we will show that the community that we're dealing with, that we're living in, can have a lot more synergy by everyone working together. Okay, the Logan Racing address is 254 North Oaks Professional Building. We're in St. Louis, Missouri. The website is loganracing.com. Email doclogan7@gmail.com. That's DOCLOGAN7@gmail.com. Phone number 314-276-7822. That's 314-276-7822.